Kane is in the building.
All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man. That's all I think about is you guys and how I set you up for the best possible advantage I can give you to have a season. I swear to you, man. I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
If you're listening, whoa.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
If you know what you're talking about, they'll listen.
And they got chocolate eruption.
And here's your host.
A man so quick, he's even fast asleep.
And his name is John C.
All I think about is you guys.
David Bulletta.
Good day, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pound the Rock. I'm your host, the Commission, David Plata. With me, always the man, the myth, the legend. He's pure Roethlisberger, Larry Plata. And we've got... Go ahead, Larry.
I just got up from our draft. What day is it?
I thought all day there was Saturday today.
August 30th.
Is draft day on?
Oh, draft day's on the background.
August 31st, Pound the Rock. The last episode before week one, we've got a special guest, Johnny Amore. He still thinks it's Saturday because he hasn't been to sleep since Friday night.
Styling and profiling, baby. Johnny Moore, back in action, Churl.
And he's always a guest of the podcast. Today's episode, we're going to talk about current events in the NFL. We're going to talk about draft strategies. We're going to talk about year-long sort of bets, if you want. We will be coming to you
on Wednesday.
I believe it's September the... Larry said the 3rd. What's today? Today's Sunday.
It's the 3rd, bro.
September the 3rd, bro. And we will have our week one bets for everybody so we can get the Thursday night game in.
Excellent.
I'll drop a couple of feelers already because there's a few beauties that I like, but there's not no lines out yet for Bet365. But Larry, since the last we talked 2 weeks ago, Dallas said goodbye to Michael Parsons.
They said goodbye, but I just want to interject. How are you guys up? Weren't you guys betting on the Hawaii game last night at 2:30 in the morning?
Oh, we were done.
We were done.
Well, we cashed out 120
we cashed out early on 120, made a small profit, but
we're in the Miami game tonight.
We're in the Miami game right now. We need Notre Dame -2.
And I'm hoping that they put in Rudy. I'm waiting for the Rudy.
It's like you've said for years. Week one is tough. I mean, Nebraska went into Cincinnati and they won by 3. You know, like and it's raining in Miami. It's like,
Miami's a tough place to play in September. It's so hot, 140 degrees.
Listen, we'll circle back and listen. You brought back Micah Parsons. Might as well kill it off the bat.
Yep,
absolutely.
Low-hanging frizzy.
I was just reading something that Jason Garrett. He said if he was a coach, he would have said, Jerry, can you just talk to somebody in the AFC? Like, like what you got was okay, but
get him out of the division.
Do you think you gotten a little bit more? Right? Like, you got to figure Green Bay is going to be in the top third of the league. So you're going to have Dallas's pick, which Dallas would probably be between 15 and 22. And you know Green Bay is going to be less than 20 or over 20. They're going to be in the 22, 24, 25 picks.
Yeah.
It's not, they go, hey, first round pick. Yeah, but you're not getting a third overall. Like, this is Green Bay's. This is going to be like, 20 to 27.
Green Bay hasn't had a top 10 pick since 2009.
Yeah, I mean, they're steady towards the back end of the draft. So they got the run stopper, Kenny Clark, which is good. He's the key that at least satisfies Jerry's thing. But Dave, we talked. You can't be paying 3 guys $147 million. Like,
well, you shouldn't be paying anybody that type of money until they produce. That's the bottom line. Look at Russ.
Saying combined. They've combined, but this is all in the same team. Jerry overpaid for Dak. We've been over this a million times. That's a statement saying the highest paid quarterback in the NFL plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Right. And so CD's worth every penny. But Larry, what do you know about Jerry openly saying he offered Michael Parsons a handshake deal of $200 million guaranteed? And Micah didn't take it.
Well, that's that's coming out of Skip Bayless's mouth as well. And I mean, we talked too the other day, and it's like, okay, it's 200, but I don't know, was it maybe 41 mil a year? Skip Bayless is going around saying that his deal offer that Micah didn't take, just destroys, TJ Watts and the Cleveland boy. It destroys him. So yeah, I mean, we don't know. But it just seems to me that there's been a lot of tension there. I don't know. Maybe this podcast and Micah Parsons. Listen, maybe he's a great player, but maybe he starts to decline right now. I don't know.
Well, or altogether.
Well, Micah Parsons is still nice and fresh and young, but he's clearly putting money and ego first over football.
Yeah, but again, when someone gets paid that high amount of money, they seem to just suck after they get paid for it.
Well, usually quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Oh, usually Trevor Lawrence.
Russell Wilson,
100%. Let's sign Russell Wilson and extend his contract. He hasn't played one game yet.
Listen, I know. So quarterbacks are getting, 45 to 55 mil. I know they overpaid Dak, but come on,
that was a
Trevor
statement.
Lawrence is getting good. Trevor Lawrence is getting good money. Listen, if you're a quarterback in this league, like they gave Daniel Jones 40 mil.
Oh, that was great.
God.
But the one thing that I do like, listen, I'm not one of those Cowboy fans that you see on the internet punching televisions,
Close.
But, listen, Dallas played okay without Micah last year, I thought.
Yeah, so then why pay him all that bread then?
Well, that's the thing. See, listen, I don't know. Who knows what happens behind the scenes? Jerry's a businessman. The issue here is Michael plays for Green Bay, and Larry, I recall during our draft, we had our family league draft that just passed this last weekend. It was a great day.
It was a great day.
We had a great day.
Super Bowl. That's all. That's a lie.
So, Larry, you had questioned one of my picks, a couple of them actually, true. But I want to talk about
all your picks.
No.
I want to talk about the
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs one. Now that leans in from Micah Parsons. I think Green Bay now has the ability to go up 7, 10, 14 points, rush Micah, punt, have the opposition punt, and just run Jacobs. Another reason why, too, is Jacobs has no competition. Nothing. The only person behind him is a third-year back who maybe has 74 carries. Dylan's gone.
Dylan.
Right? So they're going to force feed that guy. And listen, the way the injuries are on Green Bay, wide receiver-wise, there's going to be inconsistency. You get down to the goal line, who's that ball going to?
If they get down to
No, they're going to get there, okay? They're going to get there. Got a good coach. They got Matthew Golden. When you get down to the goal line, that goal line is going to be force-fed to Jacobs. And in saying that, when all these drafts I'm doing, there is no bell cow running backs.
There's a couple.
No, that's what I mean. There's 6. Okay, there's Bijan.
R.J. Harvey.
There's not even Harvey.
There's Chase Brown,
Bijan, Genty, Jones.
Joe Mixon is.
Joe Mixon's Joe Mixon.
Hey, listen,
that whole team is done, right?
Joe Mixon's in the CFL, no?
Oh, absolutely. He's with Paintball Clemens.
Joe Mixon right now is sitting on his couch with idiots. I'm never playing football again. But like I said, so I was doing drafts, and I felt I was able to get Bijan the first, and then I figured I went receiver. Then the running backs came around. Oh God, I got Dobbins and Tyrone Tracy.
Was that your strategy from the beginning? Do that?
My strategy from the beginning was get Bijan where I was, but then the receivers fell to me. End of the second round was Neighbors, and then McConkey fell to me in the third, and then McLaurin fell to me in the fourth. And then,
but you were going for those marquee players, like that position wise.
I was going for the best players available.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, but Johnny, he fails to say he was playing against 6-year-olds.
No, Cheryl.
Come on,
it's true though.
So Dave, let me ask you. You were a little tight-lipped last podcast because you didn't want to let a lot out.
No,
was this Josh Jacobs that you didn't want to let out, or was it Drake May? What were you concealing?
What I did, there's a few things I didn't want to let out. First things first, screw all you guys.
You gotta leave.
Josh Jacobs wasn't at that point. Larry, truth be told, I was going to trade up, and I wasn't going to trade up in our league. That wasn't my plan.
Even I was shocked
because what the Micah trade really sealed it for me. To get Jacobs, really sealed it. They got a plan to just send Micah on long downs and get that ball punted and wear them down with Jacobs. Then when I checked the Green Bay roster and saw no backs, nothing. Like no competition. They're going to plan on just working him. And then Gruden goes, yeah, to see Josh Jacobs is my guy, man. That guy's going to have a great year. That's my guy, Burr.
But you just picked him up because he was.
I picked him up because I went up to get him and then the bell cow situation. But Larry, I didn't want to tell people things because there was two things that I didn't bring up. Number one, I'm not sure if you recall in I think it's the 5th or 6th round, I was able to get where is he here? 6th round, I was able to get Travis Hunter. Now, for those who are new to this football, you shouldn't be here, but Travis Hunter is the 2nd overall pick.
Thanks for having me, David.
Travis Hunter was the 2nd overall pick. He's the first player I've seen that has some value that plays wide receiver and corner. Now, a lot of people don't know, or they do. We have independent defensive positions in our league. We have 4 any defense and then 2 DBs. So I plugged Travis Hunter into the DB position because for the first time I've seen they have wide receiver and DB playing him both ways. I've never seen that before. So that was a bit of a reach for that. But
it could pay off.
Oh, no, it is paying off. He's already projected to get 15 points a game as a DB.
So David's cheating.
Screw you. So, second thing here was yeah, Larry, Drake May. Drake May is going to have
I was gunning for Drake.
Drake May. Unfortunately, Larry, you have a point that I reached for him, but I didn't have a pick for another 2022 picks after that. And I took Drake May because, number one, he's ascending. He's in a now disciplined New England team with Josh McDaniels there. Josh McDaniels throws to the back, and now Josh McDaniels apparently has a running package for Drake May. And if you want the cheat code for fantasy football, get quarterbacks that run. And Drake May's ascending. Stephon Diggs is there now. Hunter Henry's there now. They've got backs. And Josh McDaniels doesn't care who the player is. It's the position. Throw it to the running back. Throw it to the X receiver. Throw it to the wide receiver. Throw it to the tight end. It's not saying, okay, throw it to Travion Henderson, who I also believe is going to have a good year.
That's my guy.
What? And throw it to Diggs. Throw it to that. So it's a systematic system. And it worked for Brady, did it not? What, 5 Super Bowl rings with Josh McDaniels? So I just really believe he's ascending. It was a bit of a reach, but I didn't have any choice. But you know, and that's that. Those were my 2 or 3 biggest ones.
So, obviously, round 8 to 12. If why is Ramondre Stevenson slipping? Is Henderson going to take over the spot sooner than later?
I certainly hope so.
Same reason why Dobbins is slipping, because Dobbins and Ramondre can have some nice carries for the first few weeks, but Harvey and Trayvon are going to take over.
Stevenson did nothing last year, correct?
Well, New England did nothing last year. New England's a mess. Now New England's rebuilt with
Drake May.
No, with the head coach, like, good Lord, Vrabel, and they got a whole new attitude.
That's with Boito.
He revamped the whole system. New England's ascending. And I really, really, truly believe Miami's taken not just 1, but 2 steps back. So New England's going to have 2 victories over them.
I stayed away from all Jets this year.
Of course.
Likewise. I really don't think the Jets are ready to rebuild right. You're not rebuilding with a quarterback who plays 8 games a year.
You know what? I tried the Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall thing. I just, what? Like you can't do it. And listen, you find some stuff in draft, you say next to people or people are online and they're picking this one guy and you're saying, well, you know what? Yeah, you're just like this guy just stiffed me last year, It just, and you can't, like Johnny, you didn't draft CJ Stroud, did you again?
I drafted CJ Stroud again.
Now, is he your number 2?
He's my number 2. Then I didn't have a number. What's that?
What do you think of that?
I like it. I had no problems with that. I have absolutely no problem. I wanted, obviously, a cheat code, but I'm not going to take Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Did you have much? I don't remember that time. I remember you taking him. I don't know who was on the board when who did you have to choose? Do you remember who you had to choose for when you had CJ up?
Boy, David, go to
besides Fields?
How do you spell Stroud?
Oh, God, you're asking me.
He's on your team.
I think like J.J. McCarthy was still there, I believe. But again, I didn't have a third until after the draft. He
didn't have a third QB, he means.
Yeah. And I took Russell Wilson off waivers.
Johnny took C.J. Stroud in the 5th round. You scrolled down. Jordan Love was there. Fields was there. Stafford was there. Caleb was there.
Stafford was there. Damn it.
Stafford's on my team now.
I know.
Damn it. How'd you not pick? Why'd you pick Stroud over Love?
Jonathan?
I was hoping that sophomore slump was just that, and I'm hoping he's coming back a little bit stronger this with the Nico.
Nico Collins.
Yeah, I mean, Love might have a little bit of Justin Herbert in him. He may be grounded this year, maybe more ball control. You know, the receivers are in and out of the tent. You got Micah Parsons, maybe run it, clock management.
Exactly where I traded up for Jacobs.
Well, again, like C.J. Stroud last year had all those marquee players, and they got injured, and they still made the playoffs. So he's still got some upside potential to him.
Listen, another thing, you know,
He didn't have an offensive line last year.
Yeah, I mean, for you, listen, people that are doing their drafts this week, and you know, even mine going to be Thursday at fucking 6:00.
God, wow! The season starts at 8 Thursday.
We better not have any internet issues.
Why do they do that so close to the game? You know what I mean?
You know what? We did it last year, and we're in a 12-man league. At least 9 of us are there, and then they enjoyed it so much that we ended up watching the game right after the draft.
Okay, well, that's cool.
But you're cutting it close, bro. You're cutting it. You make any change sometimes to Yahoo, you got to wait 24 hours sometimes, right? So you got to make sure that your draft is set at least by the day before.
Absolutely.
You know, because Yahoo works different. So I guess the question I'm asking is, like, some of us were still going off magazines and things like that, especially when you're all together and not everybody has their laptop going. But I don't understand how Dak and especially Goff, after 37 touchdowns last year, just drops, you know, like past, like out of the top 12. Like these magazines think, oh, how old's the magazine? Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care how old's the magazine. He had 37 touchdowns. Why is he 15th or 16th?
I can understand Goff because the losing of Ben Johnson, right? That's the only thing I can. But even then, I don't think that's such a big drop. I can't understand why Dak is so low. I don't get it. What am I missing? Like, is it because of Schottenheimer? Do they not have faith in him? You know, Kellen Moore's gone to New Orleans. Dak is Dak. CeeDee's there, and Pickett is there. And you have Ferguson. Larry, who's the number 3 in Dallas? Turpin, is he still there?
Yep, you have Turpin. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they'll find. I mean, Mingo got hurt, but after the top 2 guys in Ferguson and, you know, throwing to the boys in the backfield, we'll see what happens. But unless they're playing Vegas and I think he's going to miss 6 games, I don't know why he's, you know, so low.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it. But anyway, they might know something we don't. Dak ended up going. Dak and CeeDee went really. Ironically, I did 2 drafts, and CeeDee went first overall in both leagues.
Now.
Ours was a keeper. The first one was not a keeper.
Right.
So let me ask you this: if CeeDee is so popular, why is Dak so low? If Dak's throwing him the ball.
You know what? Next year, I think I'm going to keep. They'll be my both keepers. I don't like to stack, but I may just have to stack.
There, you just want to keep Khalil Shakir every year, Joe.
He scored all those points, though. I mean, it doesn't really matter from his fantasy perspective. He's getting you those points, so if he's getting killed, he's going to come back.
You mean Dak?
And listen,
yeah.
We talked about Green Bay receivers, like even in Buffalo, because I think they just work out so much with the running backs and tight ends that Shakir and even Keon Coleman just drops.
Keon Coleman's like he was a rookie last year. Get the guy a break. And you know what? I got Kincaid because Kincaid was injured last year, and everybody I talked to everybody that's close to our, you know, our office and whatnot, the Bills fan, they all say Kincaid is healthy this year finally. So that was worth a late round flyer.
But he's your only tight end or not?
I have him, and I in the last round of our league, round 21, I was able to get Kyle Pitts.
Oh, that was a steal.
That was robbery. Larry, we're going to take a quick break because we're a little bit over the edge. I want to thank everybody for joining us on Pound the Rock for August the 31st. I got the man, the myth, the legend, the veteran, Larry Plata. Hollywood's own star, Walk of Fame, Johnny Amore is here. I know. We're going to come back more and talk about a little bit of draft strategy. And if the quarterback for Notre Dame, oh my God, he got a touchdown. God bless his heart. He ran back to the 30 after being on the 14. God bless him. Anyway,
We'll be back.
Pay attention. All right. We will be back in 40. This week's episode of Pound the Rock is brought to you by Billiard Insurance Group St. Catharines. Billiard Insurance Group St. Catharines, located at 204 Niagara Street. Please reach out to David at 289-454-4144 or go to his personal billiard site at www.thebig.ca/David-Paletta. BIG Billiard Insurance Group.
А где прошла ты? Там упала звезда, там светила луна и играла волна. И все цитаты я забрал у тебя, и теперь я как ты, или ты как и я.
Good day, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pound the Rock. I'm your host, the commish, David Paletti. I'm here with, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the jack of all trades, Larry Plata, and Hollywood's own Johnny Amore.
Hey guys, how you doing? What's happening?
Larry, what a great day we had doing our live draft. We've been doing it for almost 17 years now. Ironically, Hollywood won the trophy last year, and he lost our plates. But
It was a miracle I won it all together.
I threw the box away. The engraving plates were in there. No, they weren't.
Dave, can you just for our audience, can you just explain? Can you just explain trophy etiquette when it is delivered to you in a box?
Cut me some slack. It was my first win.
It is returned in a box.
So here's the thing.
It was a dig in a box.
Anybody who is in a fantasy league with a trophy, for all these years, you pass the trophy to the winner in a box, much like the Stanley Cup gets passed in a box. And so every year we put an engraved plate on the trophy. So in this box, we put the plates for how many umpteen years. So that way every year you take a plate from the box and you put it on the trophy with your name. Well, Hollywood Amore, who's just absolutely as posh and as posh and bougie as they come, he goes, I don't like this box in my place, bro. It's really throwing off the vibe. So he took the trophy out of the box and he threw the box away with the plates.
Out! I'm sorry, Dave. You kind of skipped out. What was inside the box?
The trophy plates.
I did not skip out. Dave did not skip out there. He was trying to rub it in.
No, I mean like Listen,
anyway, the plates are 24 karat gold. I'm going to sell those bad boys.
Oh, well, you're buying new ones for my engraving this year.
Guys, this will be my last podcast appearance. Where do you go?
Yeah, Larry, on to
these plates.
On to these plates. On to bigger, better things. Injury-wise, and suspension-wise. Some questionable picks were taken, and I don't care if you have an IR spot. I'm not touching Joe Mixon. It depends on your league if suspensions can go on IR. Like Rashee Rice went, Jordan Addison went, and they went like early. Okay, I don't care about Rashee Rice in Kansas City. He's not worth a bench spot in the 7th round, please. Where's your strategy or anything you do in fantasy for these players, and are they even worth it to even be on your roster? I wouldn't take that running back from Cincinnati in the last round. Running back from Houston in the last round. Sorry, Johnny.
That's okay.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. There wasn't a lot of injuries right now in the draft.
Well, fantasy-wise, a lot of linemen got hurt.
Yeah, a lot of linemen. Some of these guys that are on the PUP list for whatever, like Rashee and but it's nobody. It's like you're picking and you got that. You got that Roberto thing in the corner of your eye, thinking like, did this guy break his fibula last night, and I'm drafting him, right? Like there's nothing of that. Somebody picks somebody else, and somebody goes, he hurt his leg last night. Like there was none of that.
No,
Right.
It's weird. Like, now granted, also people were taking 2 to 3 minutes to take their middle linebacker.
Jeremy. Tyreek Hill.
Oh God, he took 3 minutes to take Tyreek Hill. What
What
did you have to look up?
I'm pretty sure it was about 5 minutes.
His name is Tyreek Hill. Is it spelled with an H?
Well, listen, Tyreek's one of my next conversation pieces. Like, where
Bring it.
is he? That's got to be probably your top risk reward guy this year.
Tyreek Hill does not go on my team unless it's a flex. Yeah, I'm not putting him in a top wide receiver. The guy had 2 games of 100 yards last year. His main thing is his legs. I don't care if people say he's healthy. Tyreek Hill used to love to go to these flag football events with these young ladies, and he used to catch a kickoff, and he used to love outrunning them all, and it was fun. Guess what? Recently, he's done one-on-one drills with these young ladies, and he's getting cooked. I've seen him get cooked twice. Like, I mean, cooked to the point he fell down.
So he's not a cheat anymore. He's a kid.
Not a cheat anymore. And listen, if anything last year can tell you, the fact that he only had 200-yard games, the year before it was as if every game was a 100-yard game. Tyreek Hill was a staple on one of my 4 guaranteed bets if it was 100 yards or a touchdown.
Yep.
Well, if you had to make a bet, is Tyreek a Dolphin by the end of the year?
Oh, I'm going to say yes. I know, but here's the thing. The reason why Tyreek's a Dolphin by the end of the year, because I don't think the coach is a Dolphin by the end of the year. So they're just going to keep everybody. The coach isn't going to cut Tyreek. He's going to get cut. That coach is done. The structure in that and just the character of that team, they're done. And he's lost it. You can't be everybody's friend. And it's Miami. It's Party City. You really need to be like Don Shula was one of the best coaches ever. And I remember he had a lot of success in Miami because he ran a really tight ship. Jimmy Johnson had a really tight ship, and he, brought Miami to the playoffs. He lost to the Broncos, true. But those were the types of attitudes and cultures they brought to a team. That's not there in Miami right now. This guy wears his pants 6 inches above his shoes with no socks. Gone.
Maybe longer.
Beat it.
Well, listen. The one thing with Miami is I know. Or we know that, like in our family and work and stuff like that, there are Miami Dolphin fans. I mean, I think that little 4 or 5 year window when they had, let's just call it 20 friggin' draft picks in the top 3 rounds for like 4 years in a row, it's just like it's gone, like they're done.
Mm-hmm. It's gone, and the culture's gone. Like, one thing about Belichick is Belichick had such a strong culture at New England. He just put people in places. And Belichick played Moneyball before Moneyball was a thing. Miami's not even close to that.
So listen, there was one guy, and somebody took him. But where do you think? I mean, not Flyers, but maybe a decent
Flyers.
mid high pick. I don't know. I'm starting to buy in on Nick Chubb. Where are you on Nick Chubb?
Nick Chubb, his legs aren't there as much, but he's got that starting gig. Nick Chubb, I would put Nick Chubb in a flex and not a bench.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. He's also a bell cow there, but Houston's line is very, very susceptible. That's not a word. It's very suspect. And Nick Chubb his legs aren't there apparently. But listen, I mean he's
definitely a flyer though.
Oh, definitely. Listen, if you can get Chubb in the 8th round, that's fine. You're not risking much at that point. I would say fill your 2 positions first.
As a starter, you'd start
as a flex.
As a flex.
Yeah, fill your 2 spots.
Now, did you find? I found maybe this year more than next, or every year it gets a little worse. The running back position is a little scarce.
Yes, exactly why I traded up for Jacobs. Right? That's I felt that was worth the value. Glenn, first things first, Larry. Just so you know, in our league, Glenn offered me that trade. don't ask me why, but I'm going to stack next year. Okay.
For the studio audience, what was the trade?
Here's the trade. Glenn's first round pick in our league. Now, bear in mind, this is a 2-keeper league. So this ideally means third round.
2 quarterback.
But 2 keeper and 2 quarterback, right? Quarterbacks
yes.
go. So anyway, so what happened was for Glenn's first round this year, I gave him my first round next year, a 4th round this year, and compensation pick next year I'm giving Glenn also a 10th round next year. So he's getting my first round, my 4th round, and I'm getting his first round and his 10th round next year. So pretty much swapping first, and he gets an extra pick this year.
And he's still going to lose.
And he's still somehow about the best thing. But like I said, everybody, bear in mind, when I say first round, there's 2 keepers, so this is ideally like a 3rd round in your newly draft leagues, right? But Josh Jacobs, in those instances, would probably go in the 2nd. And I was looking around, and I just saw the value in Jacobs. And you bear in mind, I also have Bijan there. So that's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Well, that's the
And
thing. I
what
mean, you're
was-
going with a strategy, and then it just sometimes you just got to call an audible. So
Yes. Like I
And what was
go ahead.
And what was Glenn's pick? Was he 8th, 9th? What was he?
6th.
You made God. I thought it was you made that. That was a first round trade you did.
I
Wow.
did. Yep.
So the thing is, so now Glenn's going to have 2 firsts next year.
Correct. Now here's the funny thing. He's going to have my first, which is probably going to be the 10th.
Yeah. So refresh my memory. Did you guys switch picks in the first round, or he just traded out of the first round?
He traded out of the first round. Right?
Okay.
So I had
Now,
2 firsts. You had 2 firsts.
No, didn't he? He did not have a pick in the first, did he? Or did he have 2?
No, he only had the 6th round, 6 overall.
So I got to ask you, Johnny Amore,
Yeah.
why does Glenn make that trade?
well, no, he's pulling a Jeff Carson. He's trying to come in as a seasoned pro next year.
Like honestly, he picks up an extra 1 next year, and he picked up a 4th, but
This year.
he gave away the 6th overall, which is the.
But did this
26th
trade
pick.
benefit him like this year in any way, or is it just for?
It got him. He had the 35th pick in the 4th round, the 35th overall. He took Connor. My pick at 36, he got Devonta Smith. So that's solid value.
I know, but he could have had the 6th overall pick.
But his plan was this. He's saying to me this. He wants to
rebuild for next year.
Well, he wants to have a bunch of early round picks next year, 1st and 2nd, where he's going to sort of load it next year. I don't know what he sees. Glenn's another seasoned veteran. Now, granted, he's never won, but somehow he just pulls these drafts out where, like, he was rated top overall draft, and his team's booked to finish the highest point scoring. He didn't have a 1st round pick in this league.
Right.
So I don't know. Glenn's he's
an enigma.
He's no slouch, but granted, I think he's just toying with us. I think he just wanted us to get mad at him for whooping our butts.
Yeah, but I mean, 10 plus years, he could have just got 1 or 2 in there.
17 years.
Well, whatever.
He's been with us since the start.
That's
Larry, that was great.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
God. Did you cue that up, Utah?
Listen, that is you can announce to the social media part. That is the unofficial, song of the LNFL draft.
Of the crap picks in the LNFL draft.
And it's from the movie Lethal Weapon for all you people that don't know where it's from. Riggs and Murtaugh.
Usually what happens is if there's a small catastrophe and you Lethal Weapon, that little tune goes.
Great sax.
That's great sax.
You don't hear that anymore.
Well, Novi heard it quite a bit this year. And so did Jeremy. So did Glenn.
Novi was at the draft.
Anyway, Larry, draft strategies and whatnot, like we said last week, you just want to go know your league, know your positions, know your point scoring is massive. Larry, what do you like for do you like any bets this year? Season-long bets? We'll start with season-long bets. We'll dip a toe to week 1 later on. But right now for season-long bets, meaning over-under wins, league MVP, defensive MVP, Super Bowl contenders, division winners. Anything stand out to you that you like? I mean, rookie of the year, something like that?
You know what? I like sometimes how you go on your games. Like the over under 10 wins or something like that. Honestly, I think the Bills are again into the over. If it's not too crazy, and again, shop around when you're making these bets. They may have the Bills at 12 or 13. But if you can get something at 12, I think you take it. You got to remember, we got 17 games now.
Yep.
Right?
When Larry says shop around, he means check Bet365, check DraftKings, check BetMGM, because not everybody's the same.
Right. Exactly. And listen, and don't be afraid to go the other way. I know it's tough to bet on teams that are going to tank, right? But I don't know. There's see, the Steelers are a very interesting team because their head coach always hangs around 500, and if that's where they projected to win 8 or 9, maybe you just stay away from them. But sooner or later, the thing's got to fall out over there, right?
That's a good point.
And Dallas, and listen, Dallas may be an under this year, but you never know. You got Commanders going into a sophomore jinx, and we know how Stroud did.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
I don't know if the Giants are who they are.
Well, they're probably going to be better than last year, I'm assuming. But
With the Giants?
yeah,
Oh, we hope.
And
Or else
you
that
know
coach
what,
is in
this year-
trouble.
I know we talked about this. I think it was 2-3 years ago with Matthew Stafford, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's been out a lot this training camp. Maybe
Larry,
this is the year for his arm to go.
I'm glad you said that because you and I have said this every year for the last 3 years, and he's only shown up and brought his team to the playoffs and almost beat the Eagles. So I'm going to go in on him until it doesn't happen. Right? I hate to say it. Like I know, and you're right. This is the thing. See, I have Stafford, but Stafford's my number 3 quarterback. Every Thursday injury report, Stafford's going to be questionable with an arm or questionable with a back every single week this year, but he's going to play. It's just the way he is. It's just the way the situation is. Larry, to allude on to your season-long bet wins and losses, I laid a two-pick parlay. I took the Broncos over 10.5 wins, right?
I dropped the bill on them for the win in the AFC champion.
Yep. And I parlayed that Bronco game.
Hurry, Johnny.
I parlayed that
Their
Bronco
division or to be in the Super Bowl.
The division.
AFC championship.
Last year I put them in the Super Bowl, and that just
Well, hold on. Winning the AFC, getting to the AFC championship or winning it?
winning it.
Going to the
so-
Super
so
Bowl.
you-
Yeah, so yeah, technically going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And
But I'm a Broncos fan, so
it's fun. And then
only if you win.
I told everyone was 6. No, but and then I parlayed that Bronco over 10.5 with an under. I took the Dolphins under 7.5. I think they're going to implode. They got the Bills. Like I said earlier in the podcast, they got the very much improving Patriots. I know the Jets are the Jets, but
I'm literally going to copy every one of those bets.
I just really feel that the Dolphins are
Garbage.
7.5 is 8
They need
wins.
to be put in a can. They're tuna.
Can they win eight wins this year? I don't think so. I think I really would be surprised if that owner lost. That coach lost the whole year. I think they're imploding. And you know, like we spoke about briefly in our last podcast, when they had that scrimmage against the Lions people were saying it was embarrassing because the Dolphins, there was no culture. They gave up. They didn't care. They were drunk. Like I'm not sure if you recall seeing the highlights. Amon-Ra St. Brown was wide open. They weren't even covering him. One-on-one drills, Larry.
Maybe because they couldn't.
No, maybe because they didn't give a flying hoot, right? And David Montgomery was wide open on receiving. David Montgomery. So anyway, from what I'm hearing, the culture's gone, and you kind of sort of got a hint about that last year. Tyreek Hill's getting pulled over. That coach is overwhelmed. I mean, 7.5 wins is 8 wins. I don't see the Dolphins going.
Well, if you got star
eight and 10.
receivers and stuff like that, it's only as good as your quarterback. You got to have the right guy to throw the ball. Right?
And your culture.
Well, that goes without saying.
That's huge.
That's why Broncos have a great culture. Everybody wants to play for them.
See, and that's
a lie, Johnny.
No, that's actually a fact. Like
Goddamn right it is.
Denver, I'm very, very excited for Denver this year. And Larry, one other bet I made, listen, like Johnny did a flyer bet, Denver going to the Super Bowl. I laid $15 on Bo Nix being league MVP. I know it's a long shot, but it pays $1,000. It's a shot.
He almost did it last year.
Not even close.
Chip.
But it's a shot.
I know. I tried. And it's only 50. It's only $15.
That's what I mean.
And listen, some of these bets, when you're looking at the games, listen, I just scrolled through the Dolphins schedule. Listen, they got to hit the Ravens, you know, and they ain't doing that. And then they have the
Butte?
The Falcons. They got the Falcons division, which at least it's one of the easier ones in the NFC.
Well,
right? You're right. It's lighter. Like New Orleans is light. Falcons are okay.
I think they could take the Saints and Panthers, but Bucks and Falcons maybe.
Panthers
Johnny,
be a good fight.
Yeah.
Question for you now. So listen, you're sitting there. You're going to do another draft, and you just need a backup quarterback. And you're looking at Geno Smith or Sam Darnold, and you got to take one. Who are you taking as your backup guy?
I'd go Geno.
Now, is that because of all the hoopla of the rise in Vegas, or you don't believe Darnold what he did in Mini?
I think Darnold's a bust. Listen, I mean, when Geno was on the Seahawks, everybody was like, oh, okay, Geno Smith, he's not going to play well. And then he came out and was gunslinging. I like him, and then plus he knows like the Chip Kelly on the Raiders, so that's good to go. He's reunited with his old coach. I don't know how that relationship is. I don't really get into that deep.
They were good. They're good.
But they trust each other. They know.
Well, he's the one that brought Gino to Seattle.
Chip.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they know each other. There's a bond there. Sam Darnold again. He played well, but I just don't trust that.
Sam Darnold, the last game of the year, is the reason why Minnesota didn't re-sign him. He blew it.
And if he was that good, don't you think he'd still be with him?
Right. Well,
how long you been with her?
How long you been with her? But Sam Darnold got a. Oh my God, Larry, where did Darnold go? Seattle. He got a good contract in Seattle, but there's very little guarantee. But also,
I wonder why.
Right, but also like Jalen Milroe, the rookie, he's at Seattle. That guy's got a set of wheels on him, and they got him in the third round. So if they can groom him, good. If he pans out, they're going to get rid of Darnold. If he doesn't, at least they got Darnold.
Exactly.
Larry, you've hold on. Jalen Milroe. Who?
Who?
Manny Blanco.
Oh, no. Manny Blanco from the Bronx.
Who are these people?
Listen, when Johnny made his first round pick, this is all I heard.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
We're probably not going to hear that.
Dave, you'll have all our draft picks. What do you think? What was besides somebody grabbing
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Aubrey in the 8th round.
Do you think Tyreek Hill was the biggest stretch of the draft?
Considering it took 5 minutes to get picked, sure.
I don't think Tyreek Hill was a stretch, because he's at least produced, right? I think
2 years ago.
I think you're
but at that time, who other guy you could have picked at that point?
Well, we can find it out now.
He's still. I think he's just riding the name.
Well, also true. Like Tyreek Hill he does still have upside, right? So it's not like it's
in prison. Didn't he beat his girlfriend?
Jonathan.
Well, what?
He beat his kids.
Even worse.
But I'm gonna be out here. I have a really, really great friend. Love him to pieces. He taught me recently, if you're going to be honest with your friends, be blunt with them. Mm-hmm. Hollywood reached for a pick. This is definitely boom or bust. I'm going to lean towards this being good. 25th overall in the 3rd round, he took Travion Henderson, the rookie out of New England.
That's my boy.
For me, who's been studying New England, I like that pick, and that's his number 2 back. That's a bit of a stretch, but it's got mile-high potential because first of all, the guy returned a kickoff for 100 yards in preseason. Again, it's preseason, but that telling you he's got jets. But what I said earlier about McDaniels getting backs open, I recall having James White in New England. This is very key that it's in New England because he fit that piece well, getting 30 fantasy points a game because he's got catches and runs. Now, McDaniels loves throwing to the backs. They don't like the short run. They like the short pass over the short run. And I believe that guy can fit McDaniels' mold. Bit of a stretch, but you know what, Larry?
He might not come.
I support it.
Like gunslinging in the week 1 to 2 to 3 or whatever. But Stevens, how much?
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
Well, he's a decent back. They signed him to a contract a couple years ago, but he's fallen off.
Well, Minnie had him last year. He was horrible, wasn't he?
That's also Minnie's team was horrible.
Exactly.
Minnie's horrible, but what I'm going here is. But where I'm going here is Travion Henderson has a good amount of upside. And again, that's a bit of a stretch in the 3rd. But to me, it's a good risk. Larry? No.
Well, listen, he might be the bell cow for for the last 6 weeks of the year. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
He may make Johnny's keeper decision a little bit difficult. Right?
Also true, yeah.
Yeah, listen, but it's a bit of a stretch. The gamble you take is that he's keeper material, and the new overthrows the old, and he could be a main guy in your playoff run.
Absolutely. But I also got R.G. Harvey and what was the other guy I got?
J.K. Dobbins.
There it is.
R.J. Harvey.
Now the thing is, Dave, how? And it is as we talked about before, it is a running back deprived league
right now for
sure.
For bell cows especially.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, you know, the pros do it. Sometimes you gotta jump up and get their man. Detroit did that.
I think some guy
2
did
years
that in our
ago.
league this year and drafted Jacobs.
Yeah,
Shut up, David.
you did that with Jacobs. The Detroit Lions did it with Jameer Gibbs. They
Yep.
got him at 10th,
Genty.
right? The thing is, where do you think? How long do you think Henderson would have lasted? Would he have been in the 6th round?
In our league,
Yeah.
I
You
probably
see,
would have
like-
taken him in the 4th.
See,
Yeah.
so
But I got Kamara.
Johnny jumped on. So you would have taken Henderson over Kamara.
Yeah. Simply upside. Again, it's a culture thing. New Orleans is rebuilding. They're very, very low self-esteem culture there. Spencer Rattler's starting QB there. Okay. New England is really high culture, really upscale offensive system that uses the backs. Where Kamara, listen, Kamara is a PPR machine, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kamara has a back strain and milks it for 8 games to prolong his career.
I agree.
We see it every year, Larry.
Well, Johnny
He
agrees.
came
This is
out-
a record tennis.
He came
where's
out
Kamara?
gangbusters last year. You know they.
Larry, the Saints came out gangbusters last year. People
Oh,
were
they
picking them to go to the
slaughtered
Super Bowl
Dallas.
after 2 weeks.
Oh,
The coach got fired.
it's unbelievable. But there's no quarterback there now. So, like you said,
Rattler is a guy they got in the 2nd round, so it's developing. But Kellen Moore, this will be a great test for him. Kellen Moore has had success where he's gone. I've heard nothing but people talk highly of him. So he's got a heck of a job to do there in New Orleans. Larry, this is an interesting one. I'm staying away from this player, but I want to know how you think. Novi, shortly after Johnny drafted Travion Henderson, took Brees Hall. I mean, what gives?
well, listen. Thank God for Novi.
Oh, thank God for Novi.
You need these guys in your league to, you know, to
He's the Appalachian State, Charles.
yeah.
I got him week 1 too. Sure.
You know, you need these guys that other people's trash are somebody's treasure.
But the problem is his trash is all trash.
No, my trash is his treasure.
Dave, I think me and you have bit into the into the Jet serum, you know, into the Jets strawberry shortcake, and
Okay.
I don't. And that was with Aaron Rodgers, and now they're going to have Fields in there. Listen. These are pro athletes. We've always said it. They're going to score some points. Miami's going to score some points. H may get 1,000 yards, but I don't know. You just when you have something like this, I think you stay away, even in a running back deprived league. And then now the Jets have that other running back too. So it's just I don't like to do. I wasn't going to touch anything green. That's all.
Well,
Marcus
Fields is like their other quarterback.
No, he is their quarterback. Well, I mean the other running back.
Yeah, sorry, the other running back.
Listen, Fields I've seen put up 40-yard games, and I've seen Fields put up zeros and been out eight games. Often. So that's a risk. So the thing is, like, I'm not saying don't draft Fields or don't draft Garrett. Like, if Fields is there in round 12, take him. If Garrett for the Jets is there in round 8, take him. That's value, right?
I mean, in looking at the draft, there's a couple of guys that there's always someone that's gonna go 1 or 2 guys before you, and one of the Novi moves that I mean, he could take Xavier Worthy all day. Like
I like Worthy.
I don't know.
But in the 4th round, Burp.
But then he comes back, and I said, listen, if I was gonna make the stretch on a tight end, I was gonna go Laporta.
Yeah.
After all those guys disappeared, but then he ended up taking him, and I also like Kenny Walker too. I know
Larry,
he's
I'm
injury
glad you
prone,
brought up
but-
Kenny Walker because I saw Kenny Walker last year score 3 touchdowns in games and then get injured, and saw the younger Zach Charbonnet just rip up teams. Like, Kenny Walker was high and Charbonnet was low. I really told people, if you got Walker, you mandatory need to get Charbonnet. Isn't that a wine?
It's
Fucking Johnny.
but fucking Johnny,
Guys
But
with the
you know what?
efforts.
and then sorry,
on,
and then
stop trying to hit me and hit
then
me.
Justin Fields a bit of a stretch in the 4th round.
Right, but he was talking about Charbonnet.
No, I understand that. And listen, and Charbonnet went very, very late.
Yes,
well, I
he
don't want to say
did.
very.
He went to 10th round.
Yeah,
Mind
he
you
went
got-
10th
mind you
round,
got.
which it's just good pick.
Yep.
But just going back to the there's another guy I was gonna plant, and it was DJ Moore, who had a very quiet 1,000 yards, right?
I like DJ Moore
They're
this year.
saying he's going to have a great year this year.
I like DJ Moore this year. Ben Johnson, no matter who is on his team, if DJ Moore goes in the slot, he's getting 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's if he goes in the slot. If they put Rome in there, it's a different story. Now, one thing I want people to have a look at this year, I don't know, I can't guarantee, but it's something to have a peek at. Ben Johnson, if you're not familiar, was Detroit's offensive coordinator for the last couple of years, and Detroit's created a lot of wonderful traction. Ben Johnson's first pick as head coach with the Bears, he took Colston Loveland. Now, that's rookie in the first round, nice and high. I'm not sure if you guys remember what Ben Johnson did with another rookie tight end named Sam Laporta. So keep an eye on Loveland. Maybe he's like Massimo took him and started him. I was like, oh, wow, I was going to take him as a tight end too. But that could be something to have a peek at.
Yeah, he was on my list. I would have taken him over Kelsey, to be honest with you.
You would have?
I think I would have.
Oh, okay, that's bold.
Yeah, I mean,
you have a solid love affair with Kelsey, though, Charles.
Some of these guys, I do the. No, sorry, you know what? I had already taken
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Yes, no, I ended up. He would have been on my list. I ended up taking Njoku anyways because Jeff Mans he's pumping Njoku like you don't believe.
Jeff Mans is a good better. He's a horrible fantasy advice.
And Buda Baker was good too.
It was a good Massimo got him. Larry, we are going to again take a quick break. We've again run a little bit long on our tab. But we're going to come back. We're going to end off the show. We're going to be pumped. Listen, this is football season. It's back. Boys, it ever got to be back to football. Good Lord. Yeah, really. August 31st, 2025, Pound the Rock. We are going into the 2025 season. I'm your host, the Commissioner David Plata. With me always the man, the myth, the legend, Larry Plata. Hollywood's own Johnny Amore. You can get us on Instagram handle at Pound the Rock NFL. Larry at his Instagram handle at Team Plata. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back in 45.
Ты красивая самая. Я подмигну и мы валим вместе на дому залипаем. Мы не прогадали всем средний палец. Наш союз уникален. Открывай кампари.
А где прошла ты? Там упала звезда, там светила луна.
This week's episode of Pound the Rock is brought to you by Larry Plata Remax. Larry Plata, sales representative of Remax Escarpment Realty. If you want to know more about the area and compare houses and costs and listings, please do visit Larry at LarryPlata.com, where you can see all listings from Hamilton, Burlington area, or follow Larry on his YouTube channel where Larry interacts with local communities. Again, this week's episode of Pound the Rock brought to you by Larry Plata Remax. Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Pound the Rock. I'm your host, the Commissioner David Plata. With me, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend, the lead singer of Killswitch Engage, and with me is Hollywood Amore. We are bringing in the 2025 NFL season. And
Woo! To beat a man, you gotta beat the man.
I'm sorry, everybody, but Johnny Amore's cell phone.
We're gonna cut that part out.
No, I'm leaving it.
You damn right you are.
God, Larry's shaking his head right now. I can see it.
I'm just shaking it because Jete booed the picture of the fantasy draft this year.
Boucher's Cheryl.
Not Jete.
No,
Not Boucher. Oh.
Jete.
Jete's
a meathead.
Jete used to make his pick and
he took the first three keepers, first three picks.
I remember the guy took J.J. Watt in the 6th round.
So, Dave, I know we were off air. We're kind of just whipping Jacoby Myers out there, right?
That's a good one to talk about.
Yeah, and, this is one of those things you have to expect. Doesn't matter how late in the draft you do things. There are trades, there are cuts, there are injuries.
Yeah.
And there's big talk of Jacoby Myers going to the 49ers.
He'll go there and die. No, no. But Larry, listen.
What do you think? Is I have this a twofold question. Is that better for his fantasy, for his career number one and fantasy career too?
Well, listen, it's going to help his career going to 49ers because Chip Kelly's offense is no walk in the park. It's tough. Chip Kelly even makes you have a proper diet regime because you don't come off the field, but it works. Okay, now Jacoby Myers is going to have to be disciplined. He's going to have some discipline when he's going to be on this one. But in saying that, I know the Raiders signed Amari Cooper, and they've got a couple young rookies there, and not very much does a Chip Kelly offense really spring tight ends, but Brock Bowers is going to have to line out wide for this offense because there's nobody else
he's going to be the whole offense.
Right. And Genty, Chip Kelly put 2 first-round picks in the NFL last year. Genty in that offense, I'm scared.
I don't like Genty. I got to be honest with you.
No, I really like it. Me and Johnny are Bronco fans, right? So we just kind of hope that Genty just comes around and just gets. But he's something to look at. But again, Chip Kelly's offense has absolutely flourished, and it's absolutely failed. It's like a knuckleball pitcher, Larry. Sometimes R.J. Dickey is striking out the side, and sometimes he's home run first ball.
Right.
And
speak about the demise or potential demise of Brandon Ayuk.
That's another clear-cut case of paying someone too much money and then coming back to produce nothing.
Well said.
And he wasn't even a marquee player from the start.
They should have signed Debo, but Debo was getting fat.
You got to produce to make that kind of money. That's my theory on this.
He totally played the market to get that check.
Yeah, look, and he parlayed it into what? So you paid him all that money to do nothing.
To be injured.
Even when he was healthy, he was horrible.
He wasn't bad, but he wasn't 30. He wasn't CeeDee Lamb money.
No,
Good Lord.
Yeah.
But he produces. Yeah. That's why you pay the guy the big bucks.
Yep. What's it called? And then on another topic of San Francisco receivers, Jennings is battling an injury and he's being a prima donna.
Ricky?
No, Ricky Pearsall is actually. We'll see what he does. He had a good finish last year after he got shot.
Maybe that's why
he shows resilience.
That's why there's all these Jacoby Myers talk, because there's really nobody there. Like I don't even know if you might not see Ayuk this year. You never know.
Well, you're not seeing him for 6 weeks at least. Why?
And when he comes back, he's probably not going to do as good.
Well, yeah, it's one of.
It's like a flip of the coin. I mean, when you're drafting your fantasy team, you want consistency.
Well said.
Hey Johnny, in our fantasy photo, it looks like you drive a special. It looks like you ride in a special.
Yeah,
bus.
I mean, I think someone forgot to give me the Make a Wish Foundation sticker on my. I don't know who took that picture, man, but I look like Corky from Life Goes On.
Can I keep it?
We all have
we all have
football
our
jerseys on, but you have this NWO shirt on that looks like you've had it on since the 4th grade.
Hey, listen, and I got NWO for life, by the way.
Hollywood.
Rest in peace, Hogan.
Rest in peace, H.H. Hulk Hogan.
I mean, even Novi looks normal.
Well, Novi looks a little.
Look at Boucher. Boucher looks like his head was carved out of a potato. You could see our league photo at.
Oh God, you're posting that?
It's on Pound the Rock NFL. Come on, everybody, come and say hello on Instagram.
That's Larry in the NWO shirt, by the way.
Sure.
You could tell Novi's the European. He's the only guy that wore black socks yesterday.
Oh man.
No, many probably had black socks, but they were they were probably white at first.
No, that was because they were dirty.
Sure. There was holes in them, sure.
That sexy bald guy sitting at the table, that's me, everybody.
That's Marcus.
Oh, Lord, no.
Oh, my God.
Marcus looks like the guy that looks like a bag of milk that's been out of the
fridge.
If
you see a trash can, that's the mini.
If you see a trash can on fire, that's Marcus.
Okay, wrap it up.
Okay. Listen, Marcus is the punching bag for our league. And he just simply responds with, God. Wrap it up, everybody. Listen, we will be back Wednesday. We are going to have a special Wednesday show. Larry, we'll talk about it later on, whether we do Wednesday or Thursday. Well, you got your draft Thursday like a Bobo Berchero. So we'll go into week 1. Johnny and I will be away this weekend, but listen, there's no injuries or nothing to worry about like there was last time. Week 1 is just a mishmash. Like I tell everybody every year, careful of bets, please. Between weeks 1 and 5, let teams get out there. Let them get if you were just going to take it on the fly, you'd have think New Orleans was going to win the Super Bowl last year. And,
Right.
And Jamar Chase, many people didn't draft him last year because he was threat of holding out. How'd that work out, both those situations? Larry, 1 year long bet I like out that before we go. Emeka Ibuka, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Anyway, we'll leave it at that note. Who's Emeka Ibuka? About the Rock NFL.
See you Wednesday
See you
or Thursday.
Wednesday. We'll see you this week before the Ravens and Bills kick off debut. Good luck. It's August 31st. Good luck drafting. I know a lot of people have drafts this week. I know I have one. Larry's got one. And I don't like to be in a lot of leagues. So
Ditto.
good luck, everybody. I'm signing off. Good luck and good betting.
Ciao.
Have a good day, everybody.
Utah.
Make it 2.
Smile.